Alright, this should be on. As you guys probably do not know, Jackson is not present right now, so I'm gonna be taking over the cast assessment with Fred tonight, just alone here. I have the cast list in front of me. I'm gonna go through every single one of them, see what I think and how they will do, and try to place them, see how well they're gonna do in this season 4. I gotta say, this cast is amazing. I definitely think this is probably our best cast yet. It's super stacked, and there's a lot of people here where I'm thinking there's some icons who's even gonna go pre-merge, which is gonna be sad to see, but it's also gonna be a hell of a season. So I'm gonna get straight to it. The first tribe is the Aarhus tribe, the blue tribe. On that tribe we have Seth, Diamond, Jaden, Josh, Keats, Kiki, Ryan, Sinopa, and Swamp. So I'm going to try to go through them. As you guys probably notice here, we have 6 Americans, 1 Australian guy, and 1 from Brazil. 7 Americans. So the first person is Seth. Seth is someone who I think is going to do extremely well. Seth is super likable, he's smart, and he's strategic. I'm sorry about that. The thing is with Seth here is that Seth has high emotions, which can switch a little, meaning that if he gets too emotionally invested or somebody does something to him that he is really not fond of, I think you're going to see a reaction that is more sad, and that's going to kind of put him down. But if he's able to kind of push that away and be the strategic villain that he often plays as, then I think he's going to be able to push through. Now, for me, Seth is probably not going to win the game. I think it's going to take a lot for him. But I do think that he's very likable and has a good social game, so he's probably going to be able to make it at least towards the end. And I'd guess probably around a 7th or 6th place for Seth. Then we have Diamond. Diamond is probably one of my favorite people on this cast. Diamond is not only a character, but she's a player. You often have these people who are a big character and they're fun to watch, but they don't bring the same amount of gameplay. A good example of that could be Lurker from Season 1. Lurker is an amazing character, but the gameplay's not on the same level. Here we have Diamond. Diamond is someone who brings the gameplay and the character on the same level. Dreamweaver is a good example. She won for a reason. She was super likable, she was funny, but she was also super strategic and really good at the game. I believe that if Diamond can adapt well and have a good alliance, she's gonna be able to go very deep. And personally, the thing coming in the way of Diamond is her temper. I believe that if someone does Diamond wrong, or if there's anything that happens, she can get emotional and she can get very angry at people, but she can also get sad. And I think what Diamond has to make sure of is that her emotions don't come in the way of her, kind of like Seth. Because if they don't, I believe that she could easily win the game. But as it states, and what I've seen from Diamond the last few games, I've seen in Dorkfin her temper get in the way, so I believe the Diamond could be around probably 5th place, and if she doesn't hit that spot, I believe that she could win the whole thing. Jaden is a special character because Jaden is the oldest person on the cast. He's 40, and normally you would say, oh, that's probably going to be bad for him, but I don't believe that. I believe that age in this game is often shown as a really good thing. A person who has experience and a person who is better at reading other people compared to some of the young people. And I believe that Jaden knows what it takes to connect with people, even if it's on a fake level. And it's going to make him likable, but also because he's older, he's not going to have this bigger target. And when it comes to the end, he's going to be very good at talking. Because the older you get, the better you are at formulating your language. And I think Jaden could really work with that. At the same time, Jaden is also a super fun character, which makes him likable and, people, they get closer to him by it. So Jaden is definitely someone who I believe will make the merge. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Jaden makes the final 2. And that is purely from perspective that he is super likable and he has the experience to get there. Josh. Now, Josh is one of Lurker's friend, and I believe that Josh is a great guy. But I also believe that he's not used to Discord games. He's used to Vevmo and stuff like that. So it's gonna be different for him. He has a new experience and a new stuff, and I think he could easily overplay or come out as a game bot. And I think that's going to hurt Josh games. And therefore, I don't believe that he's going to make it that far. I believe that he's going to get through the first few votes. And then they're going to be at, oh, we have this really close alliance. And then there's Josh, who's like, you're not really sure where he is with people because he seems a little very focused on the game. And therefore, they're going to choose to target Josh. So I believe that Josh is probably going to be one of the last few people going before the merge. Next person is Keats. Keats is a character. I'll say that I've saw him on Micah's org, and I gotta believe that Keats. Yeah, the thing is with Keats is that he's very ready to play, and he's super excited to play, and he does bring the fun in games. But I believe Keats is still a little new to the org community. He's new to playing Survivor, and I believe he doesn't have the same experience as some of the other players have. Now, we have people like Impish who won on his first try, but he played on other sites. I believe Keats is very new to the community, and it could very well hurt him. And in this way, when you're new to the community, you can easily start by either underplaying or overplaying. So I believe that either Keats is gonna go pre-merge, or he could go pretty deep as someone who has kind of just been riding somebody else's coattails. And that's why I'm gonna land with Keat as a pre-merger, but I believe he's gonna place around 13th or 14th place. Kiki. This is fun, because Kiki is very different from everybody else. If you look at it, Kiki does not fit that well in with the community. This community is a very democratic community. Here we have somebody with other beliefs, and the question is, will that come into play? It could easily come into play, and that could box some people the wrong way. But she's also really likable and fun to talk to, so if she can avoid that side of the talk, she'll easily be more likable and she can get further. What Kiki also has is that she has tendencies to like to get up in a fight. And if you get in a fight with people, you go out. So what Kiki has to do to get further in the game is, keep it on the down low. And if she can do that, she can definitely go far because she's likable and she's fun to talk to and she has a good strategic game. But the thing is with Kiki, if she's not able to hold back her character a little bit, she is going to go pre-merge. But I believe, and I'm going to do this because I believe that's probably what's going to happen, I believe Kiki is probably the best bet for a merge boot. So I'm going to place Kiki at 11th place. Then we have Ryan. Ryan's also an older person. He's 33. He's played Dorkfin, where he did fairly well, and he's a pretty good player. Ryan has the character, and he has the social game, he has the strategic game, and I believe he also has a part of the physical game. He has everything it takes to get further in the game. The question is, how big is his target going to get by the end of the game? Because what I see with Ryan here is that he's a great player, but he's not someone who's able to downplay that he's a good player, meaning he'll become a good target, and I believe that he's probably going to place around 8th place. Sinova. Sinova coming in is want to be this new person of himself, the version 2.0. He's coming in as a new personality, as a new player. He's fresh in mind, and he's ready to just give it all. He's from Brazil, and he has another cultural difference from the Americans, but on this tribe he has the time zone. What's really cool with Sinova is that he's really laid back. You don't get this crazy character vibe from him, you don't get this crazy gamebot vibe from him, you just get this honest, cool guy vibe from him. He's been through a lot, and he knows what life has to offer, and therefore he's able to connect with people on a whole different level. And I believe he's able to he's the kind of person who doesn't get in a fight. He's the kind of person who's going to be likable if he makes it. Which means I think Sinova could very well make the end and win the game, but he could also be someone, who's just going to be targeted because who else do we target? Oh, we found this likable guy, let's target him then. So I believe Tsunoba is very different and hard to place, but I'm going to go ahead and do something which I didn't think I would, but I'm going to place him as 4th placer, and I believe he's going to be somehow of a rock goddess. Swamp. Swamp, originally, we wasn't sure if we wanted to cast him, because we've heard that he's been, passive-aggressive when he doesn't get cast and stuff like that. But we decided to cast him because he was so active in spec launch, and he really showed the energy for, I want to be cast, I want to play this game. And therefore, there was some energy from Swamp that I didn't get for some of the other players. Even though he finished his app in the last second, he had this fire in him. And I think this fire, if he can use that pretty well, he's going to be able to do well. The thing is with Swamp, I think he's very sneaky. I think he's someone who likes to search for idols. I think he's someone who likes to be a little Tony-like and, spy on people. I get the vibes from Swamp that he's a little different kind of player. He's not strategic, he's not social, he's not physical. He's something in between. He's like a circle of everything, but he's also like someone who I believe that if he does this way too early, he could go early. The thing is, Swamp is likable, but the thing is, he could very much go early or go very far. What I believe is Swamp, if he plays that sneaky game, he could very much well be seen as annoying and somebody you don't want to vote in the end, who could easily be dragged next to like a Jaden who's going to win the game easily. And I believe Swamp is a good candidate for that, while he also could be a good candidate for a good villain. So there's a lot of things with Swamp where he's kind of like just different characters, and I'm not really sure where to place him. I've chosen to place him pre-merge because I believe he's not going to be able to adapt with some of the really strong players in this cast. I want him to do better. I want him to go to the end, but I don't believe he will. I believe he's going to probably place around 16th place, but if he's good in the challenges, there is Redemption Island, and he'll be able to recover from that. We have the Red Tribe. We have Borges, Eric, Ivy, Kelsey, Kyle, Megan, Tommy, Tyler, and Xavier. Borges, he's going to struggle here in the start. Kind of like Kara, he's going to struggle in the start, and if he can make it through, he'll probably do pretty well. His social game is not as good as some of the other people's social game here. I like to compare him with a guy named Clasp, who I know, who's a really cool dude, but his social game is not as good as others because he's not as good as bringing conversation that is, not too far away from game. And I believe that Borges is going to have a hard time adapting with some of the other people who probably has a better social game than himself. And therefore, I'm going to have to place Borges, and this is probably going to sound really bad, but I'm going to have to place Borges as the first boot. Next person we have Eric. Eric's 29. He's pretty different from all the other guys, but he's a really cool dude, and I believe that Eric just needs a little push, and then he'll do pretty well. I believe he's probably going to have a hard time, kind of like Borges here in the start, connecting with some of the people and really bringing that social charm. But I believe as soon as he does that, he's going to be able to find mutual agreement with people, let's work together. I think Eric's going to be good at, getting people on his side, to be surrounded by people who he trusts and who he has trust in. I don't see a villain when I see this guy. I see a trustworthy hero guy. It might be a bad read from me, but I believe that he's someone who's a really good person and who's probably going to be able to use that to get closer to people. And at the same time, he's also 29, one of the older people too, so that means that he has the same experience as people like Kiki, Jaden, and Ryan. And if he's able to use that experience, I think he will go far. So I'm going to place Eric around 9th place. Ivy. This is hard. I think people are going to have a hard time reading Ivy. And they're going to have a hard time reading him because he's going to give off this vibe where you're not sure how he's going to be in the game. You're not sure how people are going to deal with him. And that's where Ivy's going to be hard to deal with. But if people are able to connect with him and get the real vibe from him, they're going to know that this guy's going to be loyal to them. He's going to want to connect with them, and he's going to want to play with them. Ivy is not only a fun player, but he has extremely good confessionals. He's played Doll of Ivor. I think he plays 11th or 10th, which is pretty good for a season of Dolliviver, which is one of the best orcs out there. And if he's able to bring the same level of gameplay and then just patch up the small mistakes that he makes, then I believe that Ivy is going to be able to really get far in this game. And originally, he was my winner pick, but then I decided not to have him as my winner pick because I believe there's going to be some people who are going to see him as a big threat quite early on. So he could be a burnout early merge or actually make the merge. So I'm going to go ahead and place him around 6th place. I'm going to do that because I believe he's going to be too big of a target around there and not going to be able to recover from it. Then we have Kelsey. Now, people are going to judge me for where I'm going to place Kelsey. But Kelsey is going to be everybody's number one from the start. She's super likable. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves to talk to Kelsey. But people are going to realize that. You know, at some point, people are going to look at it, oh, god damn, she's in love with everybody. Everybody loves Kelsey. And if everybody loves Kelsey, everybody will see that and they're going to be like, fuck, we need to get rid of her because in the end, she's going to beat every single one of us. And I can tell you right there, from day one, she is the biggest target. And there's no way that she's going to be able to adapt fully to all of this because she's so likable that she's just not going to be able to make the end. She's going to make it to the merge for sure. But when we reach around mid-merge, her target is just going to be way too big and people are going to realize, yo, she's way too likable. We can't keep her in the game because she's going to beat every single one of us. So I'm placing Kelsey around mid-merge. Not really sure the placement. Could be an 8th or 7th or 9th, maybe a 6th. Kyle, I've seen play before. I've seen him be a first boot. I've seen him be an early merge boot. I've seen he has a high temper. He takes things personal. If people blindside him, he's gonna be probably the best candidate for the Bitter Jura, and he is someone who I believe is not gonna be able to make the merge. He's gonna be able to connect really well with some people, but the people he connect well with, everybody else will connect well with, and they're just not gonna connect as well with Kyle. If he's able to really cover with people and be a loyal person, which I know he is, then he can make it far, but not as a winner candidate, but someone who's going to help another person win. So that's really interesting, that either he probably makes it far with, holding the hand of somebody else, or he goes pretty early because he's not able to connect as well with the others as everybody else is. So I have a hard time placing Kyle because he's such a wild card. I'm going to say that he's probably the biggest dark horse here to win the game if it really happened. But he's just the biggest wild card. I'm not going to be able to place him anywhere because I'm not really sure where that would be. Megan. I'm going to say this from the start. Megan is the best candidate to make the end and get 0 votes. I've seen Megan play many times, 4 or 5 times, and every single time she's played, she either made some crazy shenanigans or she's been the person where everybody wants to take her to the end. She's been a GOAT because people could beat her. The question is Megan going to be able to, recover from those earlier games and be able to patch up the small mistakes and become a key player and deliver that game? That's the question, because I've seen her play many times, but she's never been able to really patch things in. And that's because her social game isn't on the level of other social game. She's very good like a short sentence stuff, but I believe that she has the humor, she has the hype, and if she can bring that a little more, she could, for the first time I've seen it, become a really key player, someone who I believe would have a chance of winning. But if she's not able to do that, she's going to find herself in the same role as she's always done, and therefore I'm going to also place her as a losing finalist. Alright, we have Tommy. Tommy, I believe that he is also a very good candidate to be around mid-game. And that's because Tommy, at first glance, he's fun to talk to. And he's a really cool guy. But for some people, that's just not enough. You need more than that. For some people, it is enough. And for some people, that's all they want to talk to. But for some people who's more over the top and more character entertainment-wise, Tommy's not going to be able to, bring that conversation through where he keyboard smash and where he, he says, oh my God, all the time, because he's more laid back and casual than all other people are. But if he's able to use that for his advantage and just seem less casual and not get that target on his back, he's a really good strategic player. He can control the game in his pawn. And if he's able to do that, he can easily go very far by playing a game where it's basically him dictating every single vote. But as soon as people then see that, he's going to be taking out. And I'm going to place also Tommy making the merge. I don't believe he's going to go pre-merge. I really don't. If he goes pre-merge, I'm going to be shocked. It could happen because he could, have a few sketch vibes. But I'm going to place him around mid-merge when he gets too big of a target and then he gets taken out. Tyler, I believe, I think he was a GOAT in Dream Viver, and he wants to change that. He's coming in with a different perspective on the game, and I think he's good, and he's glad to play a different game. But I think he's gonna overplay. He's gonna build alliances from the start of the game, and he's just gonna go out all crazy, and he's gonna end up being taken out pre-merge. And if he's not being taken out pre-merge, he's always gonna be used as a shield because Tyler is going to be so visible. He's a very visible player. I don't believe he's going to be able to hide himself at all. So he's very visible, and that's probably something that you got to notice. But he's also somebody who I believe is more likely to find the immunity idol, for example, because I think he's very observant. I think he's able to see things in the server and stuff that other people can't, but I think he's just going to overplay his hand very early on. Sadly, gonna place him around my 14th place where he goes. Xavier. If you don't know, Xavier is Froyo, our earlier host, and it's gonna be hard for him because he's not only playing the game but also holding up a character through the whole game because he doesn't want to be targeted for being a host here, which I obviously think this is a bad idea. I think he should have played this himself because he's so likable and everybody loves him. But now he has to be somebody else through the whole game. He's playing the circle all the way through, and that's going to hurt him a lot. And I think people are going to get, not the best vibe from him. Some people are probably, but he, Froyo is a hit or miss. Either you click with him or you don't. And the question is, will enough people click with this new Froyo Xavier character? And if not, I believe Froyo could sadly go pre-merge, but I'm hoping for him to go to the end, reveal himself, and be like, I was Froyo, take that. And if he can't do that, sadly, he's probably going to go pre-merge, and I'm going to place him around 12th place as a late pre-merge boot. So that was the quick cast assessment. I wanted to do it quick because there's no reason for me to sit here and really go through. So now I'm going to go through them all. I'm going to see over and under. And we have 11th place is the merge because we have Redemption Island 10. And then somebody comes back. So I'm going to go with set. I'm going to say over. Diamond over. Jaden over. Then I'm going to go say under with Josh, Keats, and Kiki. I'm going to say over with Ryan. Over with Sinopa. Under with Swamp. Under with Borges. I'm going to say over with Eric, over with Ivevi, over with Kelsey, under with Kyle, under with Megan, over Tommy, under Tyler. Under Tyler, under Xavier. Yeah, I think I'll land on that, and maybe I'll do over on Swamp. Yeah, I'll do over on Swamp, so that's how it lands. So guys, that was a quick cast assessment. I hope you guys liked it. There's not more for me to come out here. There will be a few updates. The next few moments is a super stacked cast, and I believe this is probably going to be one of our best seasons yet. So you guys keep watching, and hopefully my voice was not too bad to listen to, and hopefully the cast assessment was decently okay. And until then, I want you guys to take care, and there's definitely going to be more from the Marinara ORGs. See you soon.